Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Everything Horror Podcast with your host, Paul Dolsky.
And Tessa Baker.
And we got some guests tonight, which is also going to be a little bit different. There are guests, but we're also Barry's guests, which Barry will get to in a moment. So, you know Barry as Skyhat Gaming 28. You also know Lamont here as White Speed Sonic, or at least you should. So, guys, say hello.
What's up?
What's up?
And Barry, yeah, I'll let you take over.
So, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video or any content for you guys. Like I said, a lot of stuff's been going on with my work and personal things in life, so I've kind of put a hold on YouTube. But, guys, we are back on YouTube, and I am bringing you guys a new thing that I want to do on my YouTube channel. It is called Sky TV. And it's gonna be like this little mini talk show that we do, talking about everything, any topics when it comes to games, movies, music, anything that we could think of to get your guys' take on situations and bring you guys into the conversation as much as possible. So I'm pretty excited. So like I said, guys, in this episode today, we're talking about the best of E3, the best parts of E3 of this year. We've had a lot of good trailers, good things that we were all hyped up about, and there was a lot of things that we weren't really hyped up about. But then again, I guess we'll have to figure out.
E3 is giving us nightmares.
Yeah, pretty much as Paul Dolsky's channel or his podcast. Guys, make sure you guys, I will leave it in the description below with everything it has to do with Paul and Tessa and their podcast with everything horror.
I'll do the same thing with you.
So yeah, guys, so let's get into the topic. What is the first game we're going to be talking about today?
Well, I thought we might start off kind of smoothly because I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty damn impressed with the Inpatient. Which, when I first saw that, I was like, wait a minute. Like, me and Tessa were both like, why did that Blackwood Asylum sound so familiar? Which, if you guys remember, Until Dawn, that is the place that you go through.
Oh, okay. So is it kind of like, does it have any like sort of connections with Until Dawn, like story wise?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. It actually talks about Blackwood Asylum in its glory days.
In its glory days. 60
before it
years.
became ruined.
Yeah, 60 years prior to the Until Dawn. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be one of the victims of the asylum.
Yeah.
And once again, whatever we choose can, I guess from what I understand, is decide our life or death.
Okay. That's awesome, because to everybody here that knew, to everybody that's on the channel, on the YouTube channel watching this video right now, the Until Dawn series, you guys remember I posted it up. We beat the whole game on my YouTube channel. That was one of my favorite games of all time. The story was really well put together, along with all the characters and how they had to work well with each other and in such a scary situation. So I'm pretty excited for this game. Unfortunately, I never got to see the trailer for it, so I'll have to check that out. But anything related to Until Dawn, I'm definitely going to want to check out and try out.
Okay, I might have to have you... You might get disappointed for a second because it sounds like it's gonna be a PSVR game.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna. Okay. Even then, so you're telling me that they're gonna. That I knew they were gonna do something VR related for Until Dawn, but I knew they were gonna revamp it. So is it only a VR thing? Are we 100% sure it's only for VR?
I'm not 100%, but from the conference of PlayStation, that was when it was premiered. Was during the PlayStation VR conference part. So
Right. Okay.
But from what I also hear, they're gonna also make it so that instead of clicking on the choices for dialogue for your character, you can actually use your voice command to say what you want to say.
Okay. That's I would like that.
use your actual voice to talk to the other patient, interact with other characters.
By doing certain voice commands, yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Lamont, what's your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, I'm definitely excited for that game. It sounds pretty cool. Like,
Right.
we don't usually get a lot of games like that where you can interact using your voice, or at least any extremely good ones. So I'm excited to give that one a try when it comes out.
Right. Yeah. See, that's gonna be.
Oh, well, I just want to get this in quick, but the last game that I know of, and please confirm this unless you know of another game, but the last known game that I know that you can use your voice for the game or whatever is Alien Isolation.
Well, I was just about to say that on that realistic thing when you said that every time you were talking, the alien would hear you. So every time like you're talking and you're moving around and you're trying to discuss things with certain people, like your party chat or your stream, like every time you talk, the alien would hear you and it'll bring the alien closer to you, closer to catching you.
Be alerted by you, yes.
Yeah.
Noise in your room. Yep.
Honestly, I can't remember. Honestly, I don't think I can, off the top of my head, I don't think there's another game that you could give commands or that uses your voice. You know what I mean? I mean, the only thing I know of is really like Until Dawn when they did with the whole keeping the controller steady. You know what I mean? That was like the only interactive thing I really know that. But that wasn't with your voice.
Well,
that was just
not just that though, Barry. But not besides just steady, like holding your controller still and Until Dawn. But if you what's the word here? Change the option to use your controller to pick the choices for you.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
There was a game on PS3 that used your voice. I don't know if you remember Binary Domain. It was a shooter.
I've heard of it. I never played it and I never experienced it, but I do know what you're talking about though. Like I do know the game. I heard of the game.
Yeah, you could Binary Domain. You could tell your team to give you like suppressing fire and the hold back and stuff like that.
I'm not familiar with that title. I'll have to look it up after this podcast.
All right, so that's gonna be a game that when are we expecting to get that game, Paul? Do we know?
Maybe next year.
So okay, so it's coming out. So they're pushing that for more of a next year type thing.
Yes. From what I guess understand maybe, but then again they didn't really give us a release date, so I'm just gonna say next year.
Well, like I said, at the end of the day, maybe we'll hear more about that this year at the Sony Experience. Maybe they'll give us more on it as the time gets closer to it, and maybe they'll give us a better release date. Maybe they'll give us more information about it, and all that stuff. So definitely, we're definitely gonna have to stay tuned, guys, for any more information. What's that game called again? It's called Inpatient or
Inpatient, yes.
The Big Inpatient. Okay.
Before we continue, Tessa, what are your thoughts on the?
I'm actually about it, especially finding out that it has ties, and it actually is for Until Dawn, and it's inside the asylum before it's. So I'm actually very intrigued by it, and I'm looking what they
Right.
Right on.
So, all right, guys. So skipping ahead a little bit, let's talk about a game that I know we're all, well, maybe we're all, but I'm pretty excited for, and that's Shadow of the Colossus coming back to the PS4 in a remastered version. So tell me, what are your guys' thoughts about that?
Hang on, Barry. Not remastered, full-blown remake.
Oh, it's a full. Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was a remake. It's a complete remake of the game.
complete remake from using PS4's technology.
Oh,
like
see,
they did with Crash Bandicoot.
okay, see, I didn't know. I thought it was a whole remaster, but
Yeah,
remake.
See, I was just about to say the same thing because I've been reading everywhere. It's not a remake; it's a remaster.
That's what I heard. That's what I thought I heard was it was a remastered version of the game. They were just remastering the game to the PlayStation 4 graphics. That's what I thought.
That's what I was thinking too.
No,
So you're telling me it's a whole remake of the whole game?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna have like the same story and everything. It's just like just picture the PS2 and PS3 version never happening.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Yeah, so it's a whole revamp of the game, like a whole new. They're selling the game all over again. Like they wanna see, and it's gonna come out like it's just coming out on PS4 for the first time.
Yep.
Okay, I can see that. Well, honestly, I'm pretty excited for it because even then, it being a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 game back in the day, the game for its time was really far out there, like advanced. You know what I mean? When it came to the fighting style and the story mode and how deep it took you into the game of playing it, it was very advanced for its time. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely excited for that type of game coming out because I want to see what they can do with it in a remastered / remake version on the PlayStation 4. So.
When I first saw the trailer for it, I was very intrigued by the graphics, like the overall like gaming environment, and I've honestly never played it, but it looks like something. It looks like something I will definitely try out. But based on what I saw in the trailer, it definitely
Right, and it's when I played it on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2, it was phenomenal. Like I remember playing that game for hours on hours. I think I beat the game like 4 or 5 times. I just enjoyed playing it so much. I had that whole Greek mythology type thing when it came to killing the monsters and those beasts. You had to like even before like you killed them, the environment that you had to and the stuff that you had to endure to go to get to those creatures and those beasts and those monsters. And then you have to, I like the fact that in order for some of the monsters, you actually had to climb on, like you had to climb up like mountains and big castle buildings and walls just to jump over to them. And then like, I think one of the ones that I enjoyed was you had to climb up. I can't remember the name of the monster, but it was one of those ones where you climbed up the whole scale of the building, and then like it was like in this big arena type thing, and there was like bridges across the arena that you had to like climb up and like jump on the creature's head as it passed by. So I enjoyed it so much, and to be honest with you, I think nowadays with the whole, PlayStation 4 graphics and, being 2017 and we've got all this technology and all this stuff, I really think that a game that was so popular back in the day like that is going to make a major comeback this year and or next year, whenever it comes out. But I think it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to play it. So. Paul, what's your thoughts on it?
I'll throw out there real quick that it was pretty lame for PlayStation to not give us release dates, but at the same time, they probably don't even know either. So that's probably why we never got a release date for some of these games. But then there is some games that we did get release dates for, but if you actually like go to PlayStation and pre-order or like some other site, it actually kind of says like December 31st, 2017, even though there had been a confirmed release date for some games. I did want to throw that out. But like you said, Barry, I used to play the PS3 one, and hearing about this new remake or remaster, whatever the hell it's supposed to be, I'm game for it.
Right. Right. All right. So we know that Shadow Colossus, guys, is going to be coming out sometime this year. So let's kind of push away from this for a minute, and let's talk about this new game that I never got to see the trailer for. But Paul, you mentioned it to me, and it's called The End Is Nigh. What is that game about?
Okay, well, the best way to really explain it, Barry, is for anybody listening, I think Barry is gonna also be recording trailers, so
yeah, I'll edit stuff into this video. So
the best way I could really say to this is Barry just add in a trailer, because the trailer is making fun of people's screams. But the way they do it, though, it's hilarious.
Right. Okay.
But the game itself, oh man, it's like one of those old games, kind of like, did anybody play like Child of Light? Or
I think I did. I believe I did.
See, it kind of had like not like an RPG element, but it had like that old, oh god, that old like way of, you gotta jump vine to vine kind of thing to get to the top. You gotta climb certain things. You gotta fall down and reach the next exit to the next stage. In a way, kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess. And
right.
With like maybe Mario. Like I don't really know how to describe it that well. But I will say that if anybody interested, please check out Barry's video. He will probably add that trailer in so that way you guys see what I'm talking about.
Right. All right, guys. So we've talked about a couple games so far. Let's kind of go back to a VR term real quick. Let's talk about Skyrim VR. What is your guys' takes on it? Are you excited for something like this when it comes to Skyrim coming to VR finally?
I know somebody.
I know, Paul. I know how you are with Skyrim. I know you enjoy Skyrim a lot. You've loved it for a long time. And I've played Skyrim when it was like on the PlayStation 3. I haven't actually got to sit down and play it on the PlayStation 4 yet. But when I saw the trailer for the new Skyrim VR, I think that's going to be something that I could play in the future. So, Paul, since you play Skyrim a lot, tell me what your thoughts are about the VR, and do you see anything that's good with it? Do you see anything's bad with it? Let me hear your thoughts, bro.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say that recently I ended up losing my Skyrim file that I had, which luckily I had an old save of mine, but unfortunately it takes me back to 4 months prior. And so that means the 4 months that I have played is now all gone. And,
oh wow.
Yeah. When I heard about VR, I was like, oh, is this going to be like an update to like maybe the remaster? No, unfortunately, that's the only thing that's kind of biting the bullet for me. That if I want Skyrim VR, I would need to pay another $60. But when I bought Skyrim on PlayStation 4, I got it last year for Black Friday for like $30.
Okay.
So you were saying, what's my thought on the VR? If there's anything
what's your thoughts on the VR, and do you think because it's coming to VR, do you think there's going to be any downsides of how you play the game?
Okay, so I guess the best way to explain this or talk about this would be mention a couple games that I have played, same with Tessa, who can help confirm this, because we have played quite a few different types of VR games. One game we played, which is like a little horror game, I guess, is an indie game called Weeping Doll. That game is very weird. You can't really move unless you teleport. and
It's got a weird gameplay.
it's just everything's weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could probably beat that game in like maybe an hour and a half. That's how short it is.
I mean,
Okay.
Paul and I aren't necessarily the whole like teleport.
Right.
Which we'll
Right.
get to another game that would mention it in a minute about VR too. But then we played another VR game called like Dying Reborn, where you can physically move the character from like controller wise, not teleported.
And that's either the
It's like a Saw ripoff in a way, but not
but
really.
Right.
you can use a wireless or
Motion controller thing.
Yeah.
Like the Move controllers. Yeah. Like, if anybody remembers PlayStation Move, like for PlayStation
Oh, I remember that. I used to play that a lot back in the day.
Me too.
Well,
But
yeah.
that's what you were able to use, is those ones.
Right.
But, otherwise, there's other games where you can literally just sit down and just enjoy the view. Like, me and Tessa recently played one, which unfortunately we lost the data for that as well, which is the PlayStation VR World. One is called like Shark Attack, where you're like literally in a cage going down in the depths below in the water, and you get attacked by the sharks.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty badass.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
We also played together. We called that's a VR game called Foundation.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was really fun, and the environment was awesome. And like, experience is like you just reach out and touch
A fish or whatever.
this creature.
Yeah, like
That's how close they got to you.
yeah, because like you had to get close to them while trying to stop time in order to scan like their eyeballs or their fins or something that
Yeah,
you.
Right.
there's a lot of scientific involved in the game, but it's really
It was
really
very
fun.
good. It was really cool though. So
Right.
it was definitely fun trying to figure out what I needed to scan in order to like 100% my codec, I guess.
You know, hey Barry, you know the like prehistoric shark called the megalodon, the
Yeah.
shark.
Yeah,
Well,
I remember that.
I had to help Paul scan one of those. And the actual like how big this fucking thing is in comparison to is ridiculous. Thing is like think of like Godzilla but a shark.
Right. When you say that, I think of. I know this is probably a cheesy way, but I think of Jaws, but I also think of like Sharknadoes. You know what I mean? That stupid movie with
so
the sharks.
big, like,
You would think of stuff like that when it comes to that.
yeah,
So
the megalodon is like 100 or maybe 1,000 times bigger than Jaws.
right.
The regular size shark, it's
Right.
we're talking like fucking dinosaur size.
Right. When it comes to that. All right, Lamont. Let me get your thoughts on it. What do you see? Did you play a lot of Skyrim, or did you play any Skyrim when it was out on the PS3 or on the PS4 at all?
I've never played Skyrim a day in my life.
What the hell?
Oh, I know, bro. What are you missing, man? What are you missing?
I honestly never.
It never piqued you?
No, I've never gave it a second look.
I actually
Right.
back into it.
So Paul, do we have a estimated time this game, the Skyrim VR is coming out, or is that going to be another one that they haven't announced yet?
Let me double check because I'm pretty sure I just saw it in the PlayStation Store, so I just want to double check. But just for a final verdict thing though, I just want to say is that as long as Skyrim doesn't want you to teleport, I'm all game. But if it has a teleportation system in order to move,
I are gonna lose our interest.
It's gonna lose my interest really bad. But okay, here we go. So Elder Scrolls Skyrim, we do not have a release date on it.
Wait, stop. Coming 12/31.
That's not the right day. Yep, they always do that when there's not a release.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, PlayStation does this.
A
placeholder.
So that's why I'm just letting her know. Like, if you see that just means like that's be announced date.
Yeah, they have
placeholder.
Yeah, it's a placeholder. All right, guys. So let's skip ahead off this topic. Let's let Lamont take the wheel because I think Lamont was the one that's been talking about this a lot more than any of us. Lamont, take a lead. Tell me what your thoughts are about Crash Bandicoot coming to PlayStation 4.
Man, I'm super hyped for that. The amount of hours I put into those games on the PS1,
right?
You wouldn't believe.
I mean, you got to think about it too. It's our childhood. You know what I mean? It's our childhood growing up. That's the game. That's the game that you went to school, came home, and you begged your mom to get your friends to come over, and you sat in front of a TV for hours on hours to play. That was the game that raised us, or that we grew up on, and you know, to see it come to PlayStation 4, it blows my mind. So go ahead, Lamont. Tell me more of your thoughts, and do you what do you expect to see with the game coming out, and is there anything that you have to add about it? So why don't you tell me?
First off, as much as I enjoyed all of them, I'm most excited about playing the third one again. You know, Crash Bandicoot Warp.
Yup.
I have that on PSP.
That's my favorite out of the entire series.
Right. And it was such a good game, dude. It was such a great game. I love it. It's hard, like, you don't want to talk about it because it's just like, or like, even when you talk about it, like, I'm not even saying, we're just sitting here talking about it. It's like, all I can think of is my childhood coming back. You know, it's like, I feel like I'm looking like in the past at my childhood every time we're talking about this. So it's like really exciting.
And the fact that it releases next month.
Yes, and it comes out next month, guys.
This month.
Oh, this month. It comes out this month.
12 days.
Oh, man. Well, guys, at least we know what to expect to see on the YouTube channel and possibly even my Twitch channel and probably Lamont's too. So and Crystal's, or not Crystal's, and Tessa's and Paul's Twitch channel. They're going to be streaming it probably a lot too. So it's going to be, like I said, this is going to be a game. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this is probably going to be a game that I see us all being in party chat talking about. You know what I mean? Like, while we're playing it, I feel like there's going to be stories and things that we're going to talk about of our childhood, and you know what I mean, and the wild adventures that we all had playing this game. So like I said, so it's coming out this month, and you said in what, 12 days?
June 30th.
My birthday's this month.
Yep, June 30th, guys. So if you guys haven't already heard, make sure you guys go pre-order your copy of Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. It is, like I said, it's coming out in 12 days, June 30th. So make sure you guys go get your copy and let us know what you guys are thinking and down in the comments below. But let's talk about a game that I know right now. I know Paul and Tessa and Lamont are both gonna kill me for right now. But let's talk about a game that I haven't got to play yet, but I actually just added it to my library, and that is Life is Strange. I have not played Life is Strange yet. I have not played the first one. I know, boycott me, slap me in the face, do what you want.
Well,
you disgust me, I know.
What I'm gonna say is be careful what you say about that game because Tessa has not finished.
Yeah, see, I haven't even played it yet. So it's like we talk about it. I haven't experienced it. So like I said, I think this is going to be more of a game discussion for more Paul and Lamont, and maybe even Tessa because she's played it. But for me, I can't sit there and say that I will.
I've started it. I've had to
Okay.
restart it on a different console. I did have it.
You do have it for PS3.
Yeah, I have it for PS3, but I get it on PS4.
Yeah.
Right. So tell me what your
Okay.
guys' thoughts are.
Lamont, you want to go first, or would you like me to?
See, I don't want to drop any spoilers, seeing as how.
Well, either way, I'm gonna play it. So.
Well, so this is all I'm gonna say then. Like, I think maybe Lamont may agree with me, but all I want to really say is that be careful what choices you make. That's all. That's all I really want to say, because every decision that you do and make sure you look at everything. Like, before you even go to your main objective, go and explore. You need to explore, because there is a choice that is very important. Like, there's really quite a few important ones, but this one that I'm really trying to, like, not spoil for you. Very crucial, because it involves a person.
Right.
And then on your choice, you can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm gonna say Life is Strange almost made me cry. Like,
So it's very the game definitely touches your heart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No matter what,
Emotional.
it's a very emotional game. Okay.
I'm almost 30 years old, and I teared up.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the YouTube.
If
Go
you
ahead.
played those Walking Dead Telltale games, like just think of making decisions like that, except way more emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Oh man. Okay, so it's definitely going to be a game that I got to try out. And guys, to be honest with you, I'm going to pre-order my copy of the game, but I promise you, no matter what, actually, to be honest with you, what we might do for my channel is we might play Life is Strange to the first one, and then once we beat it, we'll lead into the second one. I think that's what's going to happen for me, because do we know, real quick, do we know, is the second one connected to the first one in any way, or is it a different side?
So the next Life is Strange is called Before the Storm. I don't really want to know too much about it right now, but I can tell you what it is. So Before the Storm pretty much means this is taking place before the first game. You're playing as one of the other characters that you meet in the first one, but it's only a 3-part episode, which I found very weird. But if you buy the deluxe edition, I guess it comes with like a bonus episode where you actually play as Max Redfield, or whatever last name was, one last time.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lamont, did I pretty much nail everything?
Yeah, you did. Yep.
Okay, so yeah,
definitely.
so there's pretty much your explanation about Life is Strange.
I mean, it's a roller coaster ride of a story, for one, and like I would say it's kind of sort of like maybe those coming of age stories, for like adults who are maybe just now getting on with their lives or whatever, like since they're in college and stuff.
You can also treat it like a TV show, like where you watch one episode and immediately want to know, like you really want next week to come. But in this case, since it's all out, you don't have to wait. But in our case, unless Vermont, you waited for all the episodes. But I mean, I waited, and I mean, I just couldn't get enough. I was just like, when the hell is this next episode? Like, I need to keep playing this.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Exactly like that.
So do we have a timeline of when
August 31st is when the first episode of the upcoming new Life is Strange is coming out.
Okay, so August 31st, guys. So guys, if you guys have played it, and you guys do want to play the second one, make sure you guys get your pre-order copy of that. Okay, so let's talk about let's revamp this whole thing real quick. Let's talk about Kratos and the new God of War game.
Oh, hell yeah.
What, Paul, did you and Tessa, did you guys ever play God of War growing up, or was that a game that you really didn't?
This chick right here has played them all to date.
I played some of them, not all of them.
Except for the newer ones, how Kratos has changed. I definitely played like
The old ones, the originals.
What was the other one? What it called? Ascension or something?
Ascension,
yeah. Yep.
I'd never played that one.
Okay, so what is everybody's thoughts of the fact that they're kind of going away from the whole Greek mythology thing for this one?
No, they are. They are sticking to it. Kind of.
They're not. It's not like all the other ones though. This one's got like
right.
It's Norse mythology.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's more of Norse mythology. Yeah. So and because now to anybody who saw the trailer, in this one we see that Kratos has a son. So in this one,
I'm surprised he ain't got more than one.
I know, right? You know, Kratos. I'm pretty sure Kratos was a player back in the day. You know what I mean?
If you played those games, you can literally make him have sex with other women in the game.
Yeah. Well, so honestly, what's everybody's thoughts of it?
You can have sex on the boat. What game was it with God of War? Was it the first or second one where you could literally go in a room and bang a chick by pressing buttons to like get points or whatever?
All of them.
Yeah, I was just saying that sounds like all of them.
All of them. Even the ones on PSP.
Yeah, he got a lot of tail in them.
Of course he did.
But I love the graphics. From what I could see of the gameplay, I thought the gameplay was actually good. I like the fact that in his son, you know, having Kratos teach his son the ways of being a warrior. So I thought that was pretty neat, and I made me want to play it more because it's kind of like where this story goes.
Well, God of War for me was another series that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? That was another series that, you know, I would come home after school and play. It was just something because, you know, in school, one of my favorite subjects was history, learning about the Greek mythology, learning about all this cool stuff. And then for them to put it in a game, in an iconic franchise known as God of War with Kratos, it was something that I was excited for, and I had so much fun playing it. That was a game that I was playing by myself. I wasn't playing with a lot of my friends. It was just I'd come home, I'd play it. Those are the games that I kept to myself with and played. And I was really hyped up for the newest ones that kept on coming out. So, like I said, God of War for me, it definitely is going to be a must play for me because it's going to bring back my childhood. And of course, Tessa, with you two, you're most likely going to play it. Paul, do you see yourself playing it, or do you see yourself having to find out more information about it?
I was just gonna say I'm probably just gonna watch Tessa because I think I've kind of grown out of that type of thing, unfortunately. But it does have my attention, which is funny because it's almost like me gonna say, like, I'm waiting for Tessa to be done with like Tomb Raider, the Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Great game.
Myself, well, borrow it and play it. Even though
phenomenal.
Even though I'm not really a big Tomb Raider fan, but I mean,
watched me play, a good chunk of the game and found it very interesting.
Yeah, I was actually wanting to play
a lot of the stuff that you can do in the game.
Yeah, Tomb Raider was just a phenomenal. I was a Tomb Raider. That was another game, especially on PlayStation 1 with the whole first Tomb Raider game ever came out. That was a game that I grew up on.
I've also grown up on the Tomb Raider. I've
Which
played the most.
didn't they do on PlayStation 3 a Tomb Raider like trilogy with
Yes.
the originals or something?
Yes. I
Okay.
think I have
Mhm.
those
You
too.
do.
Yeah, I think I do. But one of the things that I really actually enjoy about the Rise of Tomb Raider is one of the DLCs that you get to is about Baba Yaga, like
Yeah.
this forest witch.
Yeah.
That's actually based on a real legend, right?
Yeah, it's based on a real legend.
It-
Yeah, so more folklore, so it's awesome.
yeah, that's another reason why Rise of the Tomb Raider had my attention.
Right. Okay, so God of War. So do we know when that game's coming out?
Early 2018.
So it's coming out. So we are 100% sure. We don't have exact date on it yet, but we do know it's coming out in 2018, not this year.
Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on 1 minute here.
Let me confirm this, but I can.
I'm pretty sure if I remember reading it, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
yeah,
it comes.
it's sometime 2018.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can tell you.
Right.
I'm interested in God of War because it's the way they were explaining it. It seemed like it's not just like a story about him teaching his son to be able to defend himself, but more of a redemption story for Kratos too.
Okay,
Like-
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys then, because I think it was on the very first ever gameplay. So, what were you guys' thoughts when Kratos wanted his son to take out the deer, but it looked like the son didn't really want to hurt it?
I think that's more of, and Lamont, back me up on this one if you see me being wrong, but I took it as it's a life lesson. His father wasn't around, and his mother passed away, and he was sheltered. He didn't know how to hunt. His mom, he says, I think in the trailer, that his mom taught him to fish and all this other stuff, and she taught him to do small things. But I think, she took when he was trained, or when his mother was teaching him things, it was more of a mother's way of saying, hey, this is what you can do. You know what I mean? And I think Kratos, being the warrior and the role model and the killer that he is, he wants his son to step up and to become this fierce, warrior like him. And I think he's training him. And when I saw the confrontation, I know when I saw Kratos, go kill us a meal. No, I'm hungry. Go kill the deer. And the son, he's like, oh, I can do that. And it scares it off. And then all of a sudden, when he actually sees it, it stops you right then and there. When you see that the deer, he hits the deer, and then you see the deer suffering. I think that's his mother coming out on him. And Kratos, when it was, they did it together, killing the deer off. I think it was Kratos had a moment there with his son, and it was, hey, look, I know, you miss her, you know what I mean? But life is gonna move on. I'm gonna teach you to survive. And it was just I think it was a very nice way to end the trailer, because it showed you that moment. It showed you that special connection, that moment that we've never seen Kratos. You know what I mean? It was very confusing at first, but it was really nice to see that, hey, look, let's take away from the killing for a second. I have a son. You know what I mean? So I want to be a father for a second. You know what I mean? You saw that transition of warrior to father figure in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? And I thought that was really good. So Lamont, what's your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Back to what I was saying about it being more of like a redemption story. And you were right about what you were saying, like as far as about like a life lesson and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was also too maybe like how Kratos was trying to teach him a lesson, about being stronger. His son was probably also trying to teach him a lesson without him actually knowing that he's doing it, by saying there are also ways to go about life other than just pure violence. So, like the very first gameplay trailer from last year's E3, the whole they were talking about Kratos' anger, like how he's trying to learn to control his anger. I don't know if you remember, but there's an anger meter in the game when you're playing, that when it fills up, he goes into a mode called Spartan Rage or whatever. From him,
I missed that.
It's like him getting extremely pissed off, and they were saying like that plays like a pivotal role in the game because he's trying to redeem himself. He's not trying to be an asshole like he used to. So there's going to be moments in the game like the part we were just talking about with his son, like where he got upset for a little bit because he didn't kill the deer and stuff like that. Well, the meter was filling up for a second. Like maybe if you guys go back and watch the very first trailer, but like he caught himself in the middle of him getting angry, and he calmed down, and like you could see like the screen maybe turning red a little bit, like he was getting angry, but then it slowly started to go back to normal as he calmed down. So I'm thinking like maybe like I don't know how to really explain it, but like as far as his anger and whatnot, like maybe there'll be choices in the game that that it'll come down to certain moments where, all right, is it okay to be angry right here, or save it for another point in time, something like that.
Kind of like choose your own way of treating the kid. Like, do you want to be a good father, or do you want to be an angry father?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
All right. So moving on from that, guys, great game. Make sure you guys pick it up. 2018. I'm really excited for it. So let's for a second, Tessa. I know this is you. Paul, to you if you played this game, and I know Lamont, you've played this, and this is my favorite series of all time. Let's talk about the DLC for Uncharted. What is everybody's thoughts on the Lost Legacy?
Wait. Did you just say DLC?
Yeah, it isn't. This is the first DLC for Uncharted 4, the Lost Legacy.
Yeah, but they're also selling it as a standalone title because it is a separate story. It's so it's DLC, but it's a whole separate game. Yeah, it's DLC, but it's a sequel to Uncharted 4. It takes place after the events of Uncharted 4.
Oh, okay. See, everybody's been calling it DLC. I didn't know it was getting sold as a separate game.
Yep, it's a separate game for $40 that you can pre-order right now, and we're looking at a August 22nd release.
Yeah. So what's everybody's thoughts about this? What was everybody's thoughts about the first time seeing the trailer? Like at first I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was until I saw Nadine and then Chloe. I didn't know. So what's your thoughts? Is it something that you're excited for? Do you think it's not going to be the same because it's not Nathan Drake? What is your guys' opinion on it? I would like to hear it.
Go ahead.
All I really have to say about it is it looks interesting. It looks good. I'll definitely try it and see if I like it. I like the fact that they used the character, even though with games like Uncharted, like you're used to like the main protagonist Drake. So it'll be interesting to see a female protagonist.
I mean, you gotta think about it. To all the characters, I mean, you couldn't pick two more better characters that are protagonists, you know, Chloe and Nadine. I mean, Nadine in the fourth one was just a complete badass. I mean, she was kicking butt and taking names. And then Chloe, she, ever since the second one, she's been really cool. She was one of my favorite characters playing as Chloe, because she knew how to persuade and she knew how to play her role. She get the job done, but she also had finesse in what she did and how she did it, and I enjoyed that a lot. And actually, to be honest with you, I'm really excited because I was kind of bummed out that you didn't see her in the fourth one at all. You know what I mean? So I thought maybe you saw since Drake's brother came into the Sam came into the picture, and then you had Nadine, and then Elena, and what's the dude's name again?
Sully.
Sully, yeah, Sully. I don't know, for some reason it was really cool to see them all together, and then you knew that this was going to be the last Uncharted with Nathan Drake. So I thought that you would see them bring Chloe back, but honestly. So everybody's saying that it's a very good game, or you guys are excited about playing it, right? I think I am.
Yeah,
I love Uncharted.
Yeah,
I love Uncharted.
I still have to play through the Uncharted series, but from what I've seen, like, you know, watching trailers and gameplay and stuff like that, it's definitely on my list of games that I'm going to be playing, or series I'm going to be playing next. But I'm working on trying to get through the Evil Within and finishing up Rise of Tomb Raider, and then probably take on Uncharted, that I can focus entirely on that.
Right. Paul, what's your thoughts of it?
To be honest, I'm not really into Uncharted. Like, I've tried playing, I did play Uncharted 2, whatever that was, I can't remember.
A Thief's End?
Okay, yeah.
Or Among Thieves. It was Among Thieves, not a Thief's End. Among Thieves.
Right.
Among Thieves.
Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. I did play that, and I don't know. Maybe it was just because I couldn't get into it because it just reminded me way too much of Tomb Raider. So I don't know if it made it feel like it was ripping it off. I'm not sure. I just know that it took me a while for me to beat it. Kind of like with Assassin's Creed. There was one, Assassin's Creed 3. I had to literally force myself to beat that game. That's how terrible I thought Assassin's Creed 3 was. Kind of like I had to force myself with Uncharted 2. But just for shits and giggles, one thing that I thought was really weird is that on Assassin's Creed 3 DLC, when you had to go against George Washington because he became king, I thought that DLC was great. Like, if that was the main game, you going after George Washington, I think I would have liked it more.
Right. Well, I like the fact that in the fourth one, you know, you had everything. Like, the first one was, what was the first? The first one was the Lost City, pretty much. El Dorado, which I liked. And then, what was the second one was, Shambhala, right?
Shambhala, the Tree of Life.
Yeah, the Tree of Life. And then the third one was, the City of Gold, right? It was,
it was the Lost City.
Yeah, the Lost City, which was supposed to be made out of gold. And then, but I like the fact that they went from all those to a straight pirate hunt. You know what I mean? In the fourth one, I thought there was no better way to go out than a pirate hunt. You know what I mean? With Captain
all on greed.
Yeah, we go all on greed and Captain Avery and all this other stuff. And I thought I like the fact that you saw the 12 pirate captains. And then what I'm gonna tell you, my favorite part of Uncharted 4, and I'm just gonna say this real quick. And I know maybe you guys have a different favorite part, but with me was the fact that they got into the pirate Topia, and you saw all the pirate lords poisoned at the table.
Yeah,
I thought
like
I thought that was really cool that they put all of it together, and then you notice that Captain Avery and Captain Tui or Captain Two was those two were fighting it out for the treasure. So I thought that they did really good with it. I think the DLC, honestly, I rated Uncharted 4 definitely a 9 out of 10. Only because there was a couple things that I wanted to see in the fourth one that I didn't see in the fourth one. But overall, 9 out of 10, great game. Still, in my opinion, I would definitely play it again. So I think this DLC is definitely going to be a DLC that I see myself playing. And do we have a release date on this?
For Uncharted?
Yeah.
August 22nd.
Okay, so August 22nd, guys. So if you guys enjoyed the Uncharted 4 and you guys want to check out the DLC, make sure you guys go pre-order your copy today. Paul Tessa. So Paul Tessa, this one is for you because the next two is for you because I didn't even see this trailer. What is Hidden Agenda?
You want me to? Okay, so Hidden Agenda caught our attention in a way, but we're still trying to figure out if we're interested in it because, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but then again, we're wondering if you can only play it as a couch thing. And what I mean by that is, so Hidden Agenda, you're pretty much a police detective. And at certain points in the game, you have to make a decision. So this is called, I forget what they just called it. It was like PlayStation, oh man.
Everybody was playing right,
on their phone, yeah.
On their Android.
I don't remember what it's supposed to be. Oh, like PlayStation Cap or something? I don't remember. We'll just say PlayStation Cap because I don't remember. But pretty much you just use your phone to vote on what to do for your choice. So the more votes on a decision, that's what your detective is going to do.
Right, okay.
Yeah, like that. So pretty much the only thing that's really, I guess you could say, not making it 100% sold for me is if you can play with your friend, you also do it online, or is it only a couch-only game?
Right. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Well, and we'll definitely have to. I definitely think we should definitely check it out some more. You know, get some more information on it. Like I said, it could be it might just be a game that you play every once in a while. You know what I mean? If it looks interesting. So, do we have a release date on that, or is that more of a 2018 thing too?
I want to say 2018 because I don't think I've seen anything on that. So I'm gonna just throw out another 2018 game. Okay, so let's talk about for a second this new game. In my opinion, it has more of an inside. The game inside, and what is it? The Never Alone game. This Moss game. Is this the one with the mouse?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the one with the little mouse.
I saw the trailer for this. And I was very. I didn't know what to think of it, but it definitely caught my eye, and I was very interested in it, even though I didn't know what it was. So to Paul and Tessa, explain to me, what is Moss?
Moss is about this little mouse that goes on like an adventure, and he has like this sword, and
it's pretty much like a mouse warrior. Or something. Just going around killing people like spiders.
Okay.
And then near the end of the trailer, you run into
a snake as like a boss.
Or some type of boss. And we all know that mouses and snakes don't mix.
No, they don't. I took it as it also maybe this is the wrong way to explain this, but I also took it as it reminded me of Little Nightmares with the big fat people and the little guy. because you saw like on certain things, like because he's his mouse, you saw like these doors were super humongous, and I is there, besides the snake, are there like big, like, are there people involved too, or is it just more of like animals related with the whole what you're to encounter while playing this game? Are you going to be encountering like people, or is it more of only of an animal aspect?
Animal aspects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we seem to have only seen anyway. It's just animals.
Okay. Well, what about this one? Do we have a release date? Do we know when it's coming out? Is it going to be another 2018 thing? 2018. Okay. All right, so Paul and Tessa, this one's probably for you too. I didn't see the trailer for this. And maybe even Lamont, you probably saw this. What is Call of Cthulhu, whatever.
Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, whatever. It's
Cthulhu is a story from the well-known author
H.P.
There we go. H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
So, if anybody knows the story, that's what pretty much the game's gonna be. And from the look of the graphic wise, it looks spot on.
It looks amazing.
Especially the cultists and the I almost want to say dream like segment or something, whatever we were trying to figure out that was in the new E3 trailer that we saw.
But this is definitely a game that definitely has mine and Paul's interest. Like,
okay.
It's a day one buy for sure.
We're definitely very interested in playing it, and looks like it's right up our alley.
And it looks like it's going to be another 2018 game as well.
Right. So okay, so I don't want to say so. Okay, so to people that don't know what the story is, like give us a small brief of explain where the origins of this game comes from and where it leads off. To somebody like me that's never played it, explain a little bit to me so I can understand.
Oh, I should have fucking story.
If you give me a minute, I will look find a description or the call of who he's asking about. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will give you a brief. So talk about something else first while I look.
Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so Lamont and Paul and even Tessa, let's return to Mother Russia and talk about the new Metro game that's coming out that I'm super excited for. I'm super excited for the new Metro game because that was another series that I enjoyed playing on the PlayStation. I actually played it on I bought it on the PS4 when it was on sale. I bought the Redux version, so I got both both Light and the other one. And I played on both and I enjoyed them both. But what's your guys' thoughts on Metro, and is it going to be a game that you guys are going to be playing this year?
I think it's pretty cool. I'll probably most likely be playing it. I've had the other two back when they were on PS3.
Right. Yeah, it was a good game. I think I like the fact that it was a post-apocalyptic war type thing with this whole gas and how this toxin has spread throughout Russia, killing everything and everyone. And I like the fact that everybody has secluded into the metro and into the subway system just to survive. And it's just I've never seen. It's really cool to see. There's so many colonies that are separated, and how each one has their own story. So I think that is going to be a game that I really enjoy playing. I'm super excited for it. I need to watch and I need to hear more about it. But yeah, I think in this one, this is the first time they're also bringing snow into the picture. If I remember hearing it right, I think snow is going to be a key element into this Metro this year, or in this version of Metro. So hopefully I will. Hopefully, I think I will enjoy the game. Hopefully, so. Paul, what about you? Is Metro not a game that you played, or do
Yeah,
you?
I played Metro. I actually want to go back now and replay them because I actually never got a chance to beat them, unfortunately, because of the fact that something else I think caught my attention and I kind of went away from it. So
Kind of leaked, kind of went away.
yeah, so unfortunately I never got a chance to actually finish it. But let's go back to Call of Cthulhu for a minute, and we can tell you a little bit more.
So Call of Cthulhu is a game that's inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's work. For how much Lovecraft has inspired eons of worth of horror with endless tendrils of influence creeping every medium, video games have been surprisingly lacking. But the game itself is based on a 1981 pen and paper RPG by Chaosism. The people at Cyanide are styling Call of Cthulhu as an RPG investigation game. Now, what that means is a bit complicated, but fans of the original will be familiar with the focus of the story over combat. Monsters are few and far between. Influence found if you look hard enough and know what to look for. Just be careful, as secrets cover might cost you your sanity. Translate this into gameplay terms. Private Detective Edward Pierce, as with every Lovecraft story, Edward's seemingly mundane assignment reveals itself a clue by clue, a terrifying tale of otherworldly horror. At your disposal are 9 different investigative skills broken down into 3 different brackets based on schools knowledge. You have conversation skills, your detective skills, and your higher learning like medicine and arcane arts. To improve these skills by leveling up and gaining experience by finding clues and overcoming the game's challenges. Correctly navigate your way through a conversation with the groundskeeper and you'll be granted access to attention and experience boosts. Fail and you'll have to find another way in. Dev team said that there are several points to solve each puzzle, so you will never be blocked off from finishing if you didn't put enough points in forensic. But forbidding knowledge comes at a price, meaning you will have to spend your sanity to.
So that's pretty much a basic rundown. So pretty much you're going by your sanity, and
You're a detective.
You're a detective, and I guess from the sound of this, the more you lose your sanity, the more you're losing focus on, I'm assuming, your world or whatever's going on.
Right. Okay. So I mean, it sounds like an interesting game. I've never played anything before that, so I think when it comes to that, I think that'll definitely be a game that I try out, and I will definitely probably end up giving my review on it. Honestly.
We can actually finish this article if you want. There's only 2 more paragraphs left because.
Go ahead.
This is all screenshots afterward, but yeah, I'll let Tessa finish up then, so that way anybody that doesn't know can learn more.
Now, when you aren't sleuthing out clues and delving deeper into the hidden, profane foundation of our universe, you'll be looking around and avoiding abominable horrors. What we saw in the demo was a brief chase through a gallery of the occult, the centerpiece a painting with a sinister depths. As the macabre creature crawls from the canvas, Edward is forced to take refuge in a nearby cabinet. Unfortunately, his developed claustrophobia causes him to panic. Stay in the closet too long and you'll run the risk of having a heart attack. Phobia mechanic will alter how you play the game and develop based on pivotal events in the story. It's reflective of the phobia mechanic in the pen and paper game where strong breaks in sanity will result in a.
So, before we go to the last paragraph, now what do you guys think of that? Stay in a closet too long, you can actually have a risk of having a heart attack. Now that is something I don't think we've ever seen in a game.
No.
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be cool because honestly, it keeps you on your edge. You know what I mean? It keeps you on your edge and it keeps you moving. You know what I mean? It's not gonna, it doesn't keep you all cooped up hiding and all that stuff. So I want to see how that's gonna affect things in the future. But go ahead, Lamont. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy.
No, go ahead. You can continue.
Oh, I finished. So go ahead. You do your.
All right. Well, does Vermont want to say something? 'Cause I thought I heard him say something. No.
I was saying, like, I guess it's kind of forcing you to use your wits or whatever, you know, trying to make sure you're not hiding from the enemy too long, kind of like forcing you maybe in the combat.
Kind of like you're dreading too much, like almost like in real life. Maybe like you would think, like, would you think if you hid too long? Do you think your heart would race to the point where because you're overthinking, like, man, should I get out of this closet? Should I stay in here? Like, if I go out of the closet, am I gonna get killed? Or if I have a chance to escape? Like, it probably, I don't know if that's what they mean by their way of what they were just saying about their they just said the phobia mechanic, yeah. So I wonder if it's trying to be based on like maybe real life, like if you freak out too much, could you give yourself a heart attack? Like, could we actually give ourselves a heart attack if we were in grave danger like this long? Like if we overthought something? Maybe that's how they got out of it. But yeah, so let's finish up this article, and if people want to see the screenshots, head on over to dreadcentral.com to learn more about Call of Cthulhu and see.
So, in an attempt to thwart the beast, Edward grabs the dagger and runs to the painting, driving the dagger deep. The monster similarly thrusts in
mandible through his chest.
Tough break. Edward, I guess you have to solve the puzzle a different way. The team told me, however, that to solve it certainly isn't through combat. This isn't the same as Dark Corners of the Earth. You won't be blasting your way through your problems. This is a puzzle game. So there you have it. Your first look into the forbidden world of the Call of Cthulhu. With recent released Conanarium, I'm stoked in the future of Lovecraftian horror games. I personally would like to go back to shooting cultists and splinting my broken leg, but I'll take what I can. What about you folks? Excited for this new take on the Call of Cthulhu? It is not slated until late 2018 for PC and console, so there'll be plenty of time.
Plenty of time to see how it shapes up. Yeah, so once again, you guys, you can always go to dreadcentral.com and see the article that we're just kind of brief reading, and you can see more screenshots and the trailer.
Alright. So make sure you guys go pick up your copy when the game comes out. Alright, so real quick, I know we're going to talk about this. I know Paul and Tessa don't want to talk about it. Lamont, I'm going to let you talk about it. Let's talk about Spider-Man.
Time to get a beer.
Let's talk about Spider-Man. Lamont, tell me what your thoughts are about the new Spider-Man game.
Man, from everything that I've seen so far, super hyped for it.
Right. I like the fact that it's the people, it's from Insomnia, the people that made Batman, which I love that. I love the fact. So you know it's going to have the fighting styles like Batman, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to be a really good thing. It's going to keep you on your edge when you're playing that game. But let's talk about right now. Let's talk about the suit. The suit alone won me because it's not like any normal Spider-Man suit that you see, right? It's a whole brand new costume. they've done it interactive to where the eyes every time you could tell his type of personality and how he handles certain situations through the with the visor, the eye goggles that they move down, they close down, they squint when he's squinting. So they're very interactive with that. And the suit in general, I thought was really cool because it's something that we're not used to seeing. We're not used to. We're so used to the generic Spider-Man suit that they wanted to give us something new. So, what's your thoughts on the suit?
I think it's very creative for the game. Like, you know, something different.
Right.
Makes it seem like, you know, you're trying something fresh.
Mm-hmm. Right. I totally agree. But let's real quick talk about the E3 review or the E3 trailer for that.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. I thought that I was watching a movie the whole time, man. Like, I've never been so drawn in. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm 24 years old. You know, I'm a big fan of Marvel / DC when it comes to those comic book heroes, but the fact that it's a new game made by Insomniac, and they just went all out with the trailer, man. Like, the trailer, when I was watching it, when it ended, man, I was so upset, man. I didn't want the trailer to end, man. I thought I was watching a movie, but they did a really good job. Do we know right now, besides I know Kingpin's in it, but do we know what villains are actually in it?
No, they didn't confirm any except the one that was in the helicopter. But they did confirm that he isn't just one of the story quests, or that could be like a side quest.
Right. Yeah. They never announced if he's going to be like if he's going to be a main villain or if he's just going to be like one of those side things. Like, you remember, like when Batman did it, he had all those side missions. So honestly, I think he's going to be. I think it's going to be. There's going to have to be more take on it. We're going to have to find more about it. We still didn't get a release date officially for the game yet. But guys, if you guys haven't already, check out the trailer. It's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be a game that it's going to be a fun game. It's not for everybody, but for those comic book fans that grew up being a Spider-Man fan and to any comic book fans, I think that's going to be a game that you will see yourself playing. And I promise you, well, I can't promise you, but I know it's probably the way the trailer looked. I'm pretty sure when you actually officially play it, it's going to blow your mind, and you're not going to want to put the controller down, because that's what I took out of it when I watched when I saw the trailer. So is there anything else about the Spider-Man game, Lamont, that you actually want to talk about and bring up?
Well, I wanted to correct you on earlier when you said that it was made by the people that did Batman. It's actually made by the people that did
Resistance.
Is it Resistance? Is Lamont cutting out on us?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying.
You are cutting out, though.
Oh. All right, how about now?
Okay, we can hear you now. What's up?
I said I actually wanted to correct you from earlier. It's actually not made by the people that did Batman, but it's made by the people that did Spyro the Dragon and Ratchet & Clank.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody brought up that it was made by the people that made Batman, so that's why I thought it was by the people that made Batman.
They borrowed the fighting style from Rocksteady.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what
Games is known for Resistance. Well.
Oh yeah, true. Resistance. That was another great game. But yeah, guys, so
good.
Yeah, it was so good. But yeah, guys, so honestly, guys, make sure you guys check that out. This is Spider-Man PS4. It will be coming out sometime probably next year. It'll probably be late next year because one of the reasons why is we haven't heard anything about a release date. But then maybe, honestly, guys, we might hear about it in December at the Sony Experience. So make sure you guys keep yourselves stay up to date with the game as best as possible. If you guys want to get your hands on a copy of that when it releases. Let's see. I think let's talk about real quick. This is Paul and Tesla. Let's talk about Vampire, this RPG game that you play as a vampire / doctor. I think we were talking about earlier. So go ahead, so Paul and Tessa, tell me about this.
You're a doctor / vampire set in London time. The new 10-minute video can help describe a little more of the time era, but I think it's like 1800, somewhere around that. I think is what I heard. And I've been trying to keep up to date on this game a lot because there's a lot that can be about the game, especially I guess there's multiple ways you can play the game. Like if you really want to, you can save humanity, or you can kill every single person in the game.
That sounds like my kind of game, honestly.
So it's weird, and what really catches my attention is that it's an RPG game, but you're playing as a vampire. I mean, what else possibly wish for an RPG and horror game? And Tessa will give you a little bit more about it in a second. But we're looking at a November release date for Windows, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay. All right, so while she's finding that, guys, let's...
She has it.
Oh, she already has it? Okay, cool.
The plot revolves around vampire Dr. Jonathan Reed coming to terms with his undead condition. So with being torn between the Hippocratic Oath, his newfound thirsty, the player is under no obligation to dialogue options hunting on which replenishes,
which I'm going to pause you for, which we kind of see in some gameplay about that, where some of these powers and stuff, like, there's some really cool abilities that you can use. Like, one of my favorites is where, like, the Shadow Mist, and, well, before the Shadow Mist even appeared, lifted the guy up in the air and then, like, swam him against the wall or the ground with, like, the Shadow Mist. That's one ability you can have. There is another type of gameplay that you see where, like what Tessa was saying, I believe, where, like, it's certain dialogue and control other people. And what I mean by that is, like, there's one part where you're trying to get a hold of this one guy for, I believe, like a mission.
Right.
And you can control him to walk with you to, like, a safe area, and then you can feed on him.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm really excited about it. Honestly, I know we were before this episode, we watched some stuff on it.
Yeah, and just so I can confirm, it is 1918 London.
During the Spanish flu epidemic.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that seeing about that in the trailer when he was talking about the Spanish flu. Yeah.
Yes, and one of the I want to say, I guess, abilities. I don't know if that would be the right term, but I will say ability, lack of knowledge, I guess. But
right,
you are able to tell if somebody is sick or healthy.
And right. You can weed them out on that if you want to feed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that is interesting, honestly.
And then Tessa here just gonna finish up the little paragraph here.
Weapons and super are while combating enemies. The fixed open world district, all amenable to destruction should the average health of its citizens. And like Paul said, Vampire is based in London during the Spanish flu pandemic. Researched by traveling to London and the visual actual reference in mind.
So,
It's a third-person point of view.
Yep, and you can have your own skill tree level up certain skills.
Right.
From what I understood.
Nice. All right. So, and you said when does that game come out?
November.
Okay, so
2017.
So guys, that's gonna be another game that's gonna be coming out this year. So make sure you guys get your hands on that copy. All right, guys. So I think we got a couple more games to talk about. I think one of them is Wolfenstein 2. What's your guys' thoughts on that? Did you guys enjoy the trailer? Was it everything you wanted it to be, or do you think that they left some stuff out from the first one? What's your guys' takeaway?
I've never gotten into Wolfenstein, but I think the first one, well, the last recent one was pretty good from what I played.
Which one?
Right.
The New Order or the Old Blood?
Both the main game and the DLC.
So New Order then.
See, I played the New Order, but I never played the DLC with the blood. I never played that one, so I don't.
It was actually a standalone game.
Yeah, so I never. So I never played that one, but I definitely played New Order, and I enjoyed playing the New Order. I thought it was a really good game.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that game.
So I think maybe before the game actually comes out, I'm definitely gonna have to pick up what's the DLC or the separate game? It's what's it called?
The Blood or the New Order?
The Old Blood. Yeah, I need to pick that. I need to play that before I actually play the second one that comes out. So Tessa, what's your thoughts on it? What did you think of the trailer?
I thought the trailer was play the
New.
yeah, I definitely want to play the New Order. Play second Wolfenstein.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I think the first one, the story was really well put together. There was some parts of the story that I didn't understand, but then again, I guess I kind of rushed through it. I never actually took my time and focused on things. I kind of just did a quick playthrough of the game. So I mean, of what I played, I enjoyed it a lot. So. Like I said, even before I play the Old Blood, I might have to replay the New Order. So, like I said, I'll definitely have to take a look at it, and we'll have to see where things lead us. But I enjoyed the trailer. So, and do we have a release date for that yet this year, or is that more
27th.
October 27th this year? So that's when Wolfenstein 2 comes out, guys, so make sure you guys also check that one out. All right, guys.
Before we move on, I do want to say that if people like collector's edition, there is a $100 collector's edition for Wolfenstein.
For Wolfenstein 2, there's a collector's edition.
Yep.
All right. Well, definitely, guys, make sure you guys check that out. And guys, if you guys have any other questions about all this stuff, make sure you guys look it up. Go to Google, search up things. They will definitely. Google has the answers for everything. So make sure you guys get more information, all the information you guys can before making your final decision. All right, guys. So it looks like we covered everything on our list except for one game that we wanted to wait till last. And I know.
Hang on. I got it right here. I'll take the mic then. To help finish up.
Okay.
About the last thing. So,
right.
One thing that me and Tessa wanted to go back and talk about, because we did kind of start about it, but we never got a chance to go into the other game, because we went into something else, but that's okay. But, babe, it is the Doom VR, or as they would say, Doom virtual fucking reality. Kind of like the big fucking gun. And it had my attention at first, and I was like, ooh, a Doom VR game. This sounds cool. Then I went to go watch the trailer, and me and Tessa decided that
It started to lose our attention quite quickly when we noticed that by the look of it from the trailer, it looks like your way of movement is teleportation method. And Paul and I aren't huge fans of teleportation method. We'd rather be able to and not have to teleport to get to where we need.
Yeah, but I almost feel like with a game like Doom, you don't want to use the teleportation. You want to move free. Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there. But on that note, I know you Barry, wanted to talk about this, and this is State of Decay 2.
Yeah, State of Decay 2. I think the second one, I watched the trailer for that today, guys, and State of Decay 2, guys. Unfortunately, I thought it was going to come to PlayStation 4, but honestly, I saw that it was more for Xbox and it was coming out on PC. So, knowing me, I don't have an Xbox One, but I definitely will pick it up on PC to play it. I definitely will see myself streaming that game. It looked so good compared to the first one. The first one was still a phenomenal game. It's pretty much, anybody that doesn't know what State of Decay is, State of Decay is a zombie survival horror, it's a zombie survival game. You join a community or you find yourself in a community and you gotta recruit people. You gotta build up walls and reinforcements, and you got to try to survive the zombie horde. You also lose people in the game, and as you lose people, you do find more people later on down the road, depending on the choices you make and everything. Which I really enjoyed the first one. So the second one is definitely going to be a game that I can see myself playing. I can see myself playing and enjoying when the game comes out. So definitely, guys, if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out the State of Decay 2 trailer. I think for me, I watched there was like a 15-minute video talking about the game, talking about things you could do with it, and it caught my eye. And to anybody that knows me, I'm a sucker for anything vampire related, or not vampire, to anything zombie related. So I think that's definitely going to be a good game to check out and to play. What about you, Lamont? Did you see anything on State of Decay, and what's your thoughts on it?
It looks pretty cool. I mean, I haven't played the first one, saying as how I don't have an Xbox, but I have a friend who plays it, and from what I know, it's a pretty good game. So it looks interesting enough. Since I know he has an Xbox and he'll be getting it, I'll most likely give it a try.
Yeah. Paul, Tessa, what do you guys think of it?
State of Decay?
Yeah, State of Decay 2.
I don't know. I mean, usually if I can't play it, I don't really like to get into it, but I guess from what I've seen, it looks cool, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, babe, what about you?
Yeah, don't get into it. It does look really interesting, kinda. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of 7 Days to Die.
Yeah, it has that feel to it, except for it's not like it's not crafting things.
Which I enjoyed Die, and I know Paul and Barry did.
Oh yeah, I love playing me some.
Play it together, so it's definitely to Die kind of feel.
Right. So while we're talking about zombies, let's kind of roll over to a game that we know is coming to PlayStation, and Lamont and Paul know this game. Let's talk about Days Gone. What is everybody's thoughts about Days Gone? Is it definitely going to be a game that you see yourself playing? I definitely see myself playing it. I think it's going to be really cool.
That shit day one.
Oh, dude, that hands down day one for me too. When it comes to that game, the story mode looks really good. We saw more of the story mode, or we saw more gameplay of it at this year's E3, guys. You guys saw how I think the gameplay of it was he was rescuing.
Used the zombies as way captive friend.
Yeah. To one of his crew members. So you saw the ways that you use the environment and the zombies. You can actually use them. They are highly dangerous, but you can also use them to your advantage too. So I think that's really cool. Let's just talk about the graphics, guys. The graphics of the game just look phenomenal for being a post-apocalyptic world. I think this character, I don't know much about the character, but he does seem like a total badass, and he does seem like the type of guy that you can see surviving an apocalypse like this. So Lamont, why don't you tell me what your thoughts of the game are, and see if you can explain the game a little bit better.
Well, so far they've only revealed two things about the main character: his name and that he's part of a biker gang, or should I say used to be before all this went down inside the game. But as far as what I've seen from this year's E3 and last year's E3, it just looks really, really good. I'm excited for it. It kind of gives me like a Walking Dead / Last of Us type vibe from it. Because seeing how you're not just dealing with those zombies or whatever they are, like as you can see from the latest trailer, there's actual other humans getting in the way of stuff too. I guess sort of their way of trying to fight for survival too by stealing from other factions or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as far as that game, that's probably going to be a system seller in itself. So I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me kind of like World War Z, but I guess it's a different type of way. Spin-off. Like if World War Z had a spin-off, this would be it. But
I can agree with that.
But unfortunately for me, it won't be a day one purchase because I don't know. I feel like I need more. Maybe what people say about it at first. Like, yeah, I'll ask you guys to purchase.
What about you, Barry?
Repeat the question to me again. I'm sorry.
What are your thoughts on it?
On the game in general? Honestly, I think like you were saying, it's got that Walking Dead feel to it, definitely. And I think what I like about the game is the fact that this is going to be the first zombie game that it's kind of got like a regular. How do I want to say this? I guess you could say DayZ, but it's got more of a story. It's kind of like The Last of Us. It has that feel like The Last of Us, honestly, though, for me, because of that gameplay and how you play it as. It's like it's not. I mean, you have to sneak around, but when you actually have to make noise and distract things and use the zombies to your advantage, like that's the type of feel that I get when I was watching the trailer for it. And in fact, it just seems very active and rambunctious. It's going to be a game that 1 minute you could be, doing your thing. Next minute, like you saw in the trailer, a fence explodes or a horde, comes out of nowhere, and your heart rate is going to go through the roof, and you got to try to survive. You know what I mean? So it's gonna definitely gonna be a game that it's gonna keep you on your toes, and it's gonna keep you aware at all times. And I think that alone is what is making me excited about playing the game. So I think that's honestly probably going to be the most excited part about, or what I'm excited for the most, honestly, because it looks like a very good story. The graphics look amazing, and the gameplay of what I saw just looked phenomenal. So I definitely see myself. What did you say, buddy?
I hope they polish the zombies. The zombies seem like they're not that polished.
I just hope it's very gruesome. I'm not saying I wanted to because walking.
Gruesome. What do we think of that zombie bear?
Oh, I saw that, dude. He looked awesome. I mean, I was kind of hoping to see a little bit more of the feel for it, when it comes to I was hoping to see more flesh ripped off of the bear a little bit. He did look like he had a little bit too much of his hair still for being a zombie bear, but I think it was badass. I honestly think it's going to be badass. The fact that you have bears now that are zombies, that's just crazy. It makes you think, if bears are zombies, what else could be in the game than zombies? You know what I mean?
Wolves. We haven't really seen wolves like we have.
Yeah, can you imagine seeing wolves that are zombies? Man, that's awesome, bro.
It's definitely gonna keep you on edge.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna be a phenomenal game. I just hope. I did hear. I don't know if I heard something about it, but did they say something about it was co-op too, certain missions? Didn't they say? Know. I thought I heard somebody. I thought I heard somebody was talking about the game that they said it could be co-op related. So hopefully it is, because that'd be a really cool game. That'd be really cool to play with your friends. You know what I mean? To play with your friends and to go from there.
I like the type of main character they're using, because usually in survival horror type stuff, they use maybe a family man or something like that. But we're seeing it from the perspective of, someone who's already been out there kind of fighting for survival, like a biker and whatnot.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be, like you said, it's definitely going to be a game that keeps you on your edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's I don't really see myself I can't really put more into it, only because I need to know. I want to know more about the game, but it's definitely gonna be a game that I see going down the future, or not going down, but it's definitely be a day one game when it comes out.
Well, to help with the game of gameplay style, we're going to be looking at an open world with Unreal Engine 4. Days Gone offers an incredibly realistic, detailed open world experience. Fast and hostile environments can be fully explored on the back of Deacon drift bike. We're gonna also be seeing what they call a brutal sandbox combat. What that means, the game will offer freedom to explore, strategize, and play your way, and every challenge can be approached and completed in almost infinite number of ways. You have like almost every possible way out of it too. So,
well, I'm definitely going to play that game as stealthily as possible, especially if hordes are always going to be like that in that game.
Right. Another thing you guys can expect is unique enemies. In addition to human drifters, militia, and the undead, Deacon must face a wilderness overrun by freakers, mindless feral creatures, more animal than human, but very much alive and quickly evolving. And then the last thing it said that the unique setting where it offered the harsh high desert of the Pacific Northwest, offers a large variety of environments in a single geographical area. 1 minute Deacon can be riding through a forest, a snowfield, a lush meadow, the next be in the harsh desert lava field.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really interested, especially with the animals.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine like a zombie eagle or something?
Yeah, can you imagine like zombies from above? If like you see like, you know, like, I mean, yeah, we see the whole situation with the, you know, the bear and all that stuff, but can you imagine like they revamp it to where it's death from above?
Yeah, it's gonna be something.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man.
I can't wait for that game.
Yeah. So what? So do we have it? They still didn't announce when the game comes out, right?
From what I can see, it's saying this.
Oh, so they.
They're saying 2017. So that's all I can really tell you right now. 2017.
All right.
Yep. And did we just move somebody?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. It just sounded like we lost somebody kind of quiet.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, it just said 2017.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right.
So it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be something that we can definitely look forward to.
Yep. So are we all set with Days Gone?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, the next game here on the list is what you wanted to have me add, Barry, and that is the Anthem game.
Yeah, Anthem. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I didn't. I saw trailers on it. I saw gameplay on it. I feel like that is going to be. I feel like it's got a Destiny theme to it, except for it's just not like all space driven, like space driven. I think it's going to be a massive game that comes out that everybody's going to like. It looks like it kind of they got the whole aspect of the game that you're pretty much you pretty much got this whole like Iron Man type suit, and you pretty much got to explore the jungles in the world because it's supposed to be this big open world game. So I think, like I said, I think it's definitely going to be one of those games that are popular for a lot of people. It's definitely going to have it's just definitely going to have its community when the game comes out. But I wanted to see if Lamont, I know that you told me that you saw the trailer for it. What is your thoughts about it, and do you see yourself playing it?
It looked decent, but I'll probably most likely play it, but not on day one.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too. Is like I see myself playing that type of game probably like a month or a month and a half after it comes out, because I want to see. I don't want to jump myself into getting such a game, and then having it be kind of a disappointment, and then feeling like I've wasted my money on it. So I think I definitely want to see what people think about it when the game comes out before I make my final decision if I'm going to buy it or not.
Right.
I saw, yeah. But
what did you see?
no, I was gonna say I have another game. If we got a second, I would like to talk about, or I would like to get everybody's take on while we're talking about this.
Which one?
Lawbreakers. I saw the trailer for it today. We watched the trailer for it today, Paul. I never got your attention on. I never got your opinion on it. What was yours and Tessa's take on Lawbreakers?
I don't think it's really something for I just thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything to say? Lawbreaker? No. Passed out.
She passed out. She passed out. No, well, I think Lawbreakers for me is kind of going to be like another Overwatch thing. I see that. I see that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like more of like another Overwatch thing that it's going to have its community. A lot of people are going to play it, but I don't see it. I don't see it being a game that. I don't see it being a game that's going to catch my attention probably for that long. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna have to. I think, like I said, I'm gonna have to find more info out on it, and we can go from there.
Yeah, and for release date, I'm finding it 2017.
Yeah, so it's gonna come out this year sometime, but like I said, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, and from the looks of it, there is like a deluxe game as well.
Right.
Gives you 6 character skins, weapon stickers, and a Dead Zoe portrait, whatever the hell that is.
Right, right.
But it looks like in one match it can go up to 2 to 10 people.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game. I think it's, like I said, I think it's going to be a game that, like I said, it's going to have its community, but I don't know, man. I don't know what to fully think about the game yet, but like I said, hopefully I'll be able to find out more information about it. And like I said, if you guys haven't pre-ordered any of these games, guys, and you are interested in seeing it, if we've talked about games, guys, that you haven't seen trailers yet for, but you say that, but the way we're talking about it, they sound interesting. Go check out the trailers, guys. The trailers will definitely point you guys in the right direction to decide if you're going to get these games. But what else do we?
Don't listen to just us saying that. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be for it, because you know what? We're going by what we.
Yeah, but why about what we think and
our personal preference?
Yeah, it's definitely our personal preference.
Yeah, I mean, it could be yours. So like Barry is trying to say, just don't. If you really want to check it out, just go check out the trailer. Just type in E3 trailers on YouTube. Right, Barry?
Yep. Yeah, just go to YouTube and just type up E3 2017 trailers, and you'll definitely see them.
Yep. And the only other thing I can say to that is that it's looking at a 2017 date.
Right. All right, guys. So I think we've hit everything. I think the only game we haven't talked about yet.
Nope. We got one more.
We got one more? Okay.
And that is the pirate game called Skulls and Bones.
Skulls and Bones. Skulls and Bones, in my opinion, I think is pretty much Assassin's Creed Black Flag without the assassin. That's what I think. That's what I think.
I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be like, and I mean, I haven't really played the game, so I don't really know what the gameplay is like, but it does had me curious, but it almost kind of reminds me of Risen. Risen is also a Pirates game, from what I understand, right?
Yeah. It has that like Pirates of the Caribbean type aspect of it, with the whole fighting on the boats and all these battles that you see on the sea. But like I said, I think their goal when they made the game, or the aspect of it, because a lot of people enjoyed Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but they just enjoyed the pirate aspect and the part where you were able to fight on the boats and have those battles in the sea. So I think Ubisoft wanted to make us a game that was kind of relating to that. That was nothing but like a pirate type aspect. So, like I said, I definitely think it's going to be a really good game. That game, I don't see myself getting that on day one, but I definitely see myself getting that eventually, because I think that's going to be a really good game to play with a group of your friends every once in a while.
Alright, now we're at the finale, I think.
All right, guys. So
unless Lamont or Tessa have anything to say about Skulls and Bones.
What about you, Lamont? You have anything to say about Skulls and Bones?
Nah, I'm skipping that game. I wasn't really interested in it.
Right. That's understandable. Like I said, guys, it's a prime example. Like I said, prime example of it's don't go by what we say. Like I said, this is our personal preference of what we thought about E3, and we're bringing our opinions to you guys. So feel free to jump in and leave them in the description below. We'll definitely try to answer them as best as possible. But Paul, I think, buddy, this video we're almost hitting a 2-hour mark on this video. So let's talk about the game, the one game that we were really excited about this year, and that is The Evil Within 2. So I'm going to let you start it off. So describe your thoughts and what you thought about The Evil Within 2.
Well, let's just start with the first one. So we're talking 3 years ago, Steve Mikami comes back to save the horror franchise within.
Right.
Shinji Mikami did not like the way horror games would come in, and it felt like studios in general were afraid to make horror games because horror 3 years ago was pretty much in trouble. Now,
right.
I think because of Alien Isolation, or like The Evil Within, I think it helped save the genre.
Yeah, that is for sure.
If you really think about it, if we possibly did not get Alien Isolation, The Evil Within, I don't even think we'd be even seeing that much horror games. Hell, I don't even think we would have even seen Until Dawn, to be honest. But
yeah, probably not.
But when I first heard that Shinji Mikami was coming back to do this untitled project at the time called Prison Break, was pretty much the name, kind of like it was like Project something, Project Zero or whatever. I think what Shinji Mikami first on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was following this like fan-made website, and when I heard Shinji Mikami was coming back to direct a horror game, I won't lie, I became a little schoolgirl because Shinji Mikami knows horror. And we know that because the last Resident Evil that was actually good was Resident Evil 4. That was Shinji Mikami's last Resident Evil. And for people that do not know, Shinji Mikami created the Resident Evil franchise game anyway. So just think about that. And after 4, maybe you would understand why 5 and 6 woo. And everybody knows my take on 7, which I'm not going to discuss that. But it wasn't good. But with Evil Within 2, yeah, I'm a little schoolgirl again. I just really hope somehow Shinji Mikami was involved with Evil Within 2, whether he directed it or wrote or something, because I just hope that he was involved with it. Like I said, I just hope he did something with it. I hope it Tango Gameworks again. Not then, oh boy. I know that Tango Gameworks have been tweeting about Within 2, so that's why I'm saying hopefully, but I don't think we saw a trailer yet that said Tango Gameworks. We've just been seeing like Bethesda. But let's talk about the trailer, guys. Like, I don't know if you saw the extended trailer where at the very beginning you see Sebastian like looking down this hallway, and you see this like tall creature that like turns around, sees Sebastian, and starts running out. And then you see like his daughter in the burning house, Willie, which is STEM. I'm assuming he's inside STEM right there, trying to save his daughter because he learned that after the first game that he pretty much this would be the description right here, guys. So Detective Sebastian has lost everything, including his daughter Lily. To save her, he must descend into the nightmarish world of STEM. Horrifying threats emerge from every corner. He must rely on his wits to survive. For his one chance at redemption, the only way out, and what that means is, those of you that are familiar with the first game, you got to remember that that STEM company, or Murkoff, or not Murkoff, because but
Yeah, that's Outlast.
Or something, I forget how you pronounce it, but they found a way to get inside people's minds and pretty much fuck with it. And so now Sebastian is back in STEM, and this time STEM is prepared because Sebastian is not on good terms with them. So,
Right.
what we can look forward to is that from the mastermind Cindy Mikami, who went into the latest evolution of survival horror. Detective Sebastian has lost it all, but when given a chance to save his daughter, he must descend once more into the nightmarish world of STEM. Horrifying threats emerge from every corner as the world twists and warps around him. Will Sebastian face head-on with weapons and traps, or will he sneak through the shadows to? And then I give you a pretty long list of what you can do. Which, one thing that I find really cool is that now you can craft traps, you can craft ammo by just looking for the resource. So you don't really have to look for like ammo and stuff that you had to in the first game. Now you can actually just create it as long as you have resources available. But,
Right.
yeah, so what about you guys? I mean, I know I could probably go on about Evil Within because I've been reading up on everything, seeing everything. One thing I will say is, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but now you can actually do side missions with it.
Right. No, I see. I didn't know about the side missions, but honestly, I through the trailer, it blew my mind. The trailer blew my mind. I couldn't even. I don't even think I can words can describe how I feel about the trailer because it's just it touched me, man. Especially because of the whole thing with the whole Sebastian and his daughter. And he thought that she was dead, and then it turns out, I see the one thing.
He just been trapped in STEM.
Yeah, exactly. The whole time, yeah, she's been trapped in STEM, but is that a part of STEM though? With the whole this white liquid shit that keeps grabbing him, is that part of STEM?
Yes.
Because I've noticed a couple times in the trailer you saw.
Shit.
Yeah, you saw that he was trapped and he was confused but I honestly overall I thought the trailer was really good. I'm really excited about it. I just can't wait for it to come out this year in October. Speaking of guys, October it comes out on Paul's birthday, guys. So make sure that's I know he's really excited about that.
Oh, I've already pre-ordered that damn thing. Yeah. It was definitely the day one purchase for me.
Yeah, I gotta pre-order my copy still, but it's phenomenal. I can't wait to play it.
And yes, I can confirm that Tango Gameworks back with the Within.
Oh yeah.
I am still curious though if Tommy plays a part in this game. I really hope he does. But speaking of which, I have the art of the Evil Within book, and did you guys see the trailer where you saw this one enemy that had the flamethrower with that gas mask on?
Yeah, I saw that.
He was actually an original concept design in the first game that was never used.
I see. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all.
Either.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Until somebody pointed it out, and then I went back into the art book and found them.
Huh. That's crazy.
He does
And
not
so,
have a name. I can tell you that. But he is in the art book.
So, but he is, but they are so they are now putting him in the second one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be cool. I mean, honestly, I didn't know that he wasn't. I knew about him, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It's been a while since I played the first one, but I didn't know that he wasn't in the first one. I thought he was, but the fact that he wasn't, I think it's gonna be really cool that they're at least putting him in. They're putting him in the second one, so I think that'd be really cool.
All I'm gonna say is, if you're looking to find a copy of the Art of the Evil Within, good luck, because I'm looking at Amazon right now, and whoo, oh boy.
Right. So Lamont, what's your final takes on the game before we start wrapping up?
Just one thing, I'll definitely be getting it.
It looks good. Yeah, it's a game that story in general is what won my heart.
It's gonna be the main key story, which, I mean, the first game, you learn everything that's going on, especially with the DLC when you play as Kidman, the person that betrays you. Spoiler alert, anybody who's not played DLC, but I think after everybody has played the DLC, knows what's going on by now. No,
right.
Oops.
Right.
But one thing I thought was really interesting is that Kidman is back. I think she finally like I think like smacked herself across the face a few times or something.
Yeah.
Because from what I understand, you can actually, Sebastian has like a radio. So I'm gonna explain this then, since Gary, you said that you didn't know there were side missions. So I'm gonna explain this. So you remember in a trailer or even screenshot that Sebastian is holding like a radio in his hand?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, he is holding a radio that him in the real world and the STEM world.
Mm-hmm.
So like his way is like, if he feels like he's starting to lose faith in STEM, use the radio, contact Kidman, because from what I understand, Kidman is the one that is on the other side of the radio that is talking with him. So, and I guess Kidman is back. So if you like Kidman, especially with that ass, there you go.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But
one more thing I will say about the radio, and that is, apparently, when the radio start picking up signals, it will start like beeping or talking or something, and you can actually locate lost fragments of old murderers and like just more of other quote-unquote people's stories that were lost in STEM or that got murdered in STEM. So there's gonna be like a lot of ways to enjoy the game.
All right. Well, I can't wait for the game to come out. I'm excited for it. Paul, I know you're excited for it. Lamont, I know you're excited for it. But guys, I think that is it. I think we hit everything on our list, right? Talked about everything.
That was it.
So, guys, I had fun. I had fun with this, guys. To everybody that's on my YouTube channel, make sure you guys stay up to date with all the games that are coming out, and if you guys got any questions, like I said, make sure you guys leave them in the comments below. I will definitely try to answer them as best as possible. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this first ever Sky TV episode, the best parts of E3. If it's something that you guys want to see more of on my channel, hit this video with a thumbs up. Would definitely appreciate it. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna leave my contact information, the best ways to reach me and Paul's stuff, and even Lamont's and Tessa's stuff in the description below. So thank you guys so much for taking your time to be a part of this video with me. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, so does anybody else have anything else they want to wrap up and talk about real quick, or is that about it?
That's about it.
I'm good.
Yeah,
All right.
it, man.
All right, Paul, well, do you want to do your thing for your podcast?
Well, for everybody, I know we haven't really been talking that much for the podcast, but we just wanted to try something different. Since me and Barry here, Barry started his own Sky TV, so make sure you check that out. He's starting it. It's not going to be just horror. It's going to be everything besides horror. We're going to me and Tessa will probably help him with horror stuff. Otherwise, Lamont here will be helping Barry with, like, probably Injustice and Spider-Man and all the other stuff that we didn't really care about. But, yeah, so once again, guys, if you made it this far, thanks again. Like Barry has said multiple times, don't take our word for granted. If you feel like you're gonna hate it too or like it, then go check out the trailers at YouTube and just type in E3 2017 trailer. And babe, is there anything you would want to add to?
No.
No?
No. Felt like we covered everything.
Alright. Well, guys, thanks again. And I don't know how we're gonna be ending this because we did, like I said, the first time me and Barry are doing, like, recording something at the same time, and I'm trying out something new as well.
So why don't we'll end off with your intro, guys. At the end of the day, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure, like I said, leave any comments below. I will answer them best as possible. Make sure you guys follow me on all social media. We'll leave all that in the description below. And as always, take care. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
And also, guys, it's always a pleasure to keep you up on the scariness. And like always, baby, stay scary.